Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Chandrika and this is RIKA Life. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. I'm very excited to share with you some of my projects that I've been working on, and I'm going to share with you some yarn I've chosen for more of these projects. Some of it is in my yarn closet, so hopefully I can take a picture of that for you. So let's get started. I am going away for Thanksgiving, and I have a family who is expecting a baby boy. I don't have many baby boy blankets, so I needed to make a baby boy blanket, and so I opened my yarn closet and I found a chunky yarn. This chunky yarn is right here with me. It is Premier Bloom Chunky, a self-striping floral print. And it is 100% acrylic. That is what the yarn looks like. And so I thought, why not? I thought grays and blues and whites would look beautiful for a baby boy blanket. I had 4 of these. Sorry, that's the label, Premier Bloom Chunky. I got it on sale at Hobby Lobby. It was originally $4.49. I got it for $1.12. And I bought 4 of that color. It is 109 yards, 100 meters, 3.5 ounce or 100 gram ball, 100% acrylic, a bulky number 5, and it recommends an L or 8 millimeter hook. I saw this yarn and I was like, okay, let's make something. And I only had 4 balls. So in my mind, sometimes I think that making like a continuous granny square, just like one big square, would be easy and have like less ends to weave in and so on and so forth. But then I realized that because the granny square gets bigger, it takes more yarn to get around each time. So the square is not going to be that big after all. So then I thought to myself, okay, let's make 4 granny squares. We'll join them together. Then we'll make a border. This all started from the custom order that I had in October, the baby boy blanket. I will share that at a later date once it's been gifted. But that was a bunch of smaller granny squares, and now I was like, let's make big granny squares. So let me show you what it looks like. This is the granny square blanket. There are 4 squares. That is what it looks like. Each square is almost the same. It's the same yarn, and 3 of them, or 2 or 3 of them, started with the kind of the flower row, which was the mix of the yarn, which was this color here. I think 2 or 3 of them started like that. Oh my gosh, this blanket is so soft, so chunky, and so warm. It's going to a cold climate, so I'm sure the baby will stay warm. This is just me making granny squares. I made squares up to here, and then I put a border. So I showed you the yarn for the actual square. And for the border, I used obviously a gray, and this is what I used, Yarn Inspirations Bernat Softy Chunky. That is the yarn that I used, and it is in the color Gray Heather. This yarn is also about 108 yards, 99 meters, a 3.5 ounce ball, 100 grams. It is a super bulky number 6, which I think this one was as well. No, this was the number 5. This was a number 6, recommends an L or 8 millimeter hook. So for this project, I did use an L 8 millimeter hook, and it worked out fine. So because this is a number 6 and the blue mixed color was a number 5, it felt like the border was a little bit chunkier, but it actually didn't turn out too bad. It was pretty good. Sorry about that. I just got interrupted by a package being delivered. And it's yarn. I'm not going to open it right now. That'll be another video. Okay. So as I was saying, the border yarn is a little bit chunkier than this actual yarn. But it actually worked out fine. It actually feels very nice. It's all very soft. And I'm happy with this project. I'm really glad that I did it. I mean, I just made these 4 granny squares, put them together, slapped on a border. It was a pretty fun project to make. I would recommend it for you. If you have chunky yarn sitting around that you don't know what to do with, you could definitely do this. So that is the first project I wanted to show you. After I did this, I opened my yarn closet, and of course I had more of the chunky yarn from the Hobby Lobby sale. Because I bought it in about 4 or 5 colors, I think 4 colors, and I had bought 4 of each, so I had like 16 balls of chunky yarn hanging around. So I was like, let me make something more. So I had shown you the picture in the last video. I showed you the hats that I donated. So I made, I have one here. I kept one. I made hats out of this yarn, which was a Premier Bloom Chunky as well. This is in the color Hydrangea. That was the color that I made the hats out of. I'll pop up a picture here just in case you don't remember. That's the hat that I made. And I actually kept the yellow hat with me because I need to make a tutorial. So coming to that yellow hat and that yellow yarn, after I finished this blanket, I was like, let's make more, because I had 9 balls of this kicking around. This is also from Hobby Lobby. This is Baby Bee Sweet Delight Chunky and the color Sun Kisses. This is really, really soft yarn. This is 80% acrylic, 20% polyamide. It recommends a K or 6.5 millimeter hook. It is a 109 yard or 100 meter ball, 100 grams, 3.5 ounces. And it was $5.49. I got it for $1.37. I had 9 of these. So of course I was like, hey, I made a blanket out of 4 squares. How about I make a blanket out of 9 squares and put a border? So that's what I've been doing. In between trying to get the donations, the hat donations out, I've been making squares. So for this one, because it recommended a K-hook, I actually did use a K-hook. And I could have used a bigger hook, but I've used a K-hook. And I did 7 rounds. And I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, I have 7 squares already. So I've made 7 squares of this. I have 2 more to make. I think I have 3 balls of yarn left. So I will have extra. I will use that extra to join them. And then for this blanket, I'm also planning to do a gray border. That's the plan so far. I may or may not use this yarn. I also have this in a little bit darker gray, like a more charcoal gray. So I might use that for it. I haven't decided yet. If I have enough, I could just leave it yellow, but I think a gray border would look really nice. I am just going to be keeping that either as a gift, or I may take it to my holiday market in December. The focus of my holiday market is going to be, I'm thinking mandalas, but because I only have 4 weeks now to prepare, I won't be able to make a whole lot. So I'm going to have a couple of different things. I'll have a mandala pillow. I'll have some shawls. I will have likely this blanket, and then I'll have a couple of mandala pieces. When I went to Michael's, I was looking at the canvas, and they had pretty large canvases. So I'm thinking I will take at least 5 to 8 mandala pieces, but I need to get working on them. So I'm trying to finish off this blanket. Oh, and then the yarn that I showed the last video, Karen Chunky Cakes, I'm going to do the same thing with this yarn. So this is also a super bulky number 6. It's pretty bulky. So I'm going to also take this and make squares out of it. This is 297 yards and I have 2 cakes. So I'm going to do that with this too and make a nice blanket. And oh my, again, Hirschner's has free shipping on orders over 35. I don't know why the free shipping just gets to me. I'm like, ooh, free shipping. Better buy some yarn now. The yarn I want to buy is Premier Puzzle Shimmer or Premier Shimmer Puzzle, however it goes. I know that is like a bulky weight yarn and I think it has some wool in it, but I would like to try it out. So let's see if I end up buying more yarn. So far this week I've bought yarn from Hirschner's, from Joann's, and from Michael's. And I may be going back to Hirschner's. Let's see. But yeah, that's what I'm doing today. My next video, I'm going to show you some of the yarn that I'm receiving, the yarn that I've ordered. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and definitely leave me a comment. I love hearing from you. I hope you have a wonderful crochetful day, and I'll see you again soon.